Hey y'all, it's Allie. Welcome back to Southern Yankee Farm. So, we had a little bit of an emergency yesterday with one of our cats, Dark-Orangey. The kids named them. They've stuck. We like the name. It is what it is. Our cats are outdoor cats. They're barn cats. They climb fences. They climb trees. They climb coops. They do all kinds of stuff. So we haven't really had any issues until now. Unfortunately, they cry about a lot of things. They cry when they want more food. They cry when they don't get enough attention or they're jealous of a duck. And sometimes it's really hard to tell if they're just meowing to meow or if something's wrong. Yesterday morning, I heard some meowing and I couldn't really tell where it was coming from. I thought that it was a lazy cat stuck on the other side of the fence that didn't want to jump over. In the afternoon, I heard the meowing. It was a lot more distressed. And I found Dark-Orangey wedged in the fence. His back and front right paws had slid in between the actual fence panels. And admittedly, I don't know how long he was there. He was crying all day and I had no clue. So I took a pry bar and I was able to carefully release his legs. However, his back right leg has no mobility. It hangs limp and he has some limpness in his front paw. So I took him to the emergency vet and they said nothing is broken, nothing is fractured, it's nerve damage, and as long as I follow the medication regimen that they give me and keep him quarantined kind of in a crate where he can't do a lot of moving and hurt himself more, he's young and he should recover. So, disclaimer, I'm not a veterinarian. I'm not here to tell you a whole lot about medication. I would like to share with you guys our plan for organizing the medication and a safe space to set up for a cat that may be injured and needs to stay in a confined space. So, for starters, you may think this is really simple. Maybe it is really simple for you, but I did this calendar like 4 times. I messed it up, mostly because I'm a perfectionist. But I've created a calendar that's color-coded, and the colors represent his different medications. They have options for AM or PM because a lot of these have to be taken every 12 hours or 24 hours and for different periods of time. Not so simple, right? Especially if you've got a farm and other animals that you're taking care of. Maybe I'm not available in the morning or I'm not available in the evening. I want my boyfriend to be able to see, Orangey got, his AM azithromycin, because I'll have it circled. So that's my plan. I have abbreviated and made myself a little key, even though I know what they are. Someone looking at it may not. And I've went ahead and followed my vet's directions, which are on each of these bottles, and labeled out the whole month. It's about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4, that he'll be on the medication. A lot of these are finished till they're gone, so that could be 4 weeks, but they said hopefully 2 to 3 weeks he'll only have to be confined. So what we've got on here is the gabapentin. He's going to be on that twice a day, so every 12 hours for 2 weeks. And then we can discontinue that. The gabapentin is supposed to be to help him with his pain and discomfort. And then we have azithromycin, which is an antibiotic. That one was a little more difficult to chart because the first 5 days he gets it consecutively and then it goes to every other day. So I've marked that out on my calendar as well. Okay, gabapentin, azithromycin, prednisone. Prednisone is a steroid, and it's supposed to help stimulate, obviously, his healing and his muscle contractions and nerve responses. And from what I understand, like I said, I am not a doctor, the steroids are goofy because you really have to wean off of them, and that one has a much more different schedule. He gets it every 12 hours for the first 7 days. Sorry, I had to double check my calendar. And then we go down to once a day, and we're going to do that in the morning for 5 days. And then for the remainder of the month, he gets it every other day. I didn't mark any dosing because the dosing on our particular regimen does not change. Only the increments in between days and time. So whatever works for you, that might be something you notate if you've got a pet who has an injury like this and has to be on a lot of medications. So, like I said, I'm going to show y'all one more time. Pretty crazy. Exactly why I made it, because I feel like if I didn't, then we would be 5 days in and I'd be going, did Orangey get his morning medicine? Which one did I give him? I'm not sure. All I have to do now is circle it after I give it to him. And I actually started yesterday evening, so he got all of those. Now they're circled, and we know that he has taken them. So, other thing. This is Vetricin VF+. It's a hydrogel. It's an antimicrobial spray. So they shaved his leg where it was like really wedged in, because he does have some abrasions, and we just want to apply this topically every 12 hours, so twice a day. I'm going to do it morning and night to that area, and that way, since I shaved it, I'll be able to monitor any kind of swelling and see if that goes up or down. So, moving on, I will show you guys the confinement for our kitty jail for our sick cat, and show you a little bit about how we administer oral medications to our cats. Fun stuff. Okay, y'all, just real quickly, a couple things to go over. These are the oral syringes. I have mine marked out according to the medications and their dosings, little red lines. Not this one, because it is a full milliliter that he is going to get. He's an outdoor cat, so he's in a crate outside. And I'm going to transport all these medications once I draw them up in this clean cup. So I like to take a clean cup. This is my little drying station. When you're done, you really want to rinse these out really good, hot soapy water, and then leave them to air dry in 2 pieces. They'll go back, no problem. So I will just show you really quickly how we pull these up. This one has a top which you actually insert the syringe and then flip it upside down, and it's gravity fed. So I'm going to get my 0.4 milliliters. I like to put it in first, give it a good flip, and I'm going to draw this really slowly because this one is clear and it's harder for me to see if I'm getting it. But I am. So that is good. Pull that right out, and I'm just going to put it in my cup because I know that it's clean. Make sure my lids are on good. You never want to squeeze anything back in the bottle, obviously. Okay. This is his pain medication. This one is weird because I feel like that thing don't fit as well. Anywho, and bring that down to the line. Now, what can happen is you can get an air bubble, and you can either draw a little bit past your line to make that even, or just go ahead and turn it back upside down and let that air come out. That one goes in the cup. And his antibiotic, which actually, nicely enough, they flavored, it's cherry flavored, so I've been giving that to him last to kind of wash everything down. The azithromycin I shake really good because it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, maybe of kids, amoxicillin, one of those pink, milky concoctions. All right, so then we got that one, put it in my cup, and we are ready to go. So it was late last night, and we didn't have time to stop for a litter box because everything was closed. So, oh, I've got goats over here, sorry. What we have is a towel, some food, a crate, and a makeshift litter box. It looks a little raw on his leg. Hi, baby. Hi. I'm so sorry you hurt. We're gonna give you some medicine, okay? Okay. We'll see how easy this goes. He does have claws. He's not gonna be happy. I'm gonna try to not even move him. I'm gonna come back out with the spray. Go, out of here. I have a nosy goat. So I'm just gonna open his mouth, stick that right in, right down his throat, kind of hold his head until he swallows. No, not for you. He is not gonna like that, as you can tell. And he's gonna try and walk on it. It's actually, surprisingly, looks better than yesterday. I know that sounds terrible considering what it does look like. I'm gonna open his mouth. Oh, down your throat. Good, swallow, swallow, swallow. He's actually pretty easy. I've had some cats that are not so easy. Oh no! Okay, I don't think we touched anything. And then the cherry flavor. Here we go. He's not happy, poor baby. Excuse you. He's putting some weight on it, which is actually good news. You should be in your pen. Nosy goats. Sometimes they will foam at the mouth a little. It's just their reaction to the bad taste. And make sure he got that. There we go. He spit a little bit of it out. However, not all of it. And you can see it's shaved down. We're gonna spray that in just a minute here. But that is how you give oral medication to a cat. Okay, y'all, I'm aware that filming conditions were a little bit off, and it was hard for you guys to see exactly how the oral medication went into his mouth. I'm not going to torture him by force feeding him water or anything like that, but I did go out there and spray his leg, and I'm just going to let him rest, and I'll try to grab you guys some footage that's a little clearer if it doesn't hurt him too bad, to be in my lap tonight when we give him his meds.